So we just arrived at Vale Farm Fisheries. Quite quiet here today actually, there's only one van and us, but all packed. Just for anyone that's not been here, there is a loo. It's there. Finest piece of removable toiletware you'll ever see. And the lakes are just over here. So we'll just go and find where we want to go and catch up with you in a bit. So there are 3 lakes at Vale Farm. This is the middle lake. Some people call it the donut lake because there's no island right in the middle, so it's a big donut. Just the other side there is the left lake. We are opting for the right hand lake today, and we're going to go right down into the corner, as that's normally a good place to go. So here we are at the swim we've chosen. As I said, we're on the right hand lake and we've gone right down to the end, and there's a willow tree here and we're either side of that. My tactics, I've got one on the bottom on a normal hair rig and the other rod is a float rod. So we're having a little competition as always. So we've decided any carp is 1 point per full pound that it weighs. Any other fish, perch, tench, rudd, roach, and they're worth double points, so if they weigh a pound obviously they'll be 2 points. And any bream that you catch is a -2 points, because collectively it's our least favourite fish in lakes. And we thought we should have some kind of booby prize, and as the bream might come up quite a bit on the float, it'd be quite fun. We haven't started fishing yet because Nathan's still going. If I move it away, you can see just on the to my right. But we'll see. I've got 8-pound line on both rods, as there are some good carp in the lake. It's still raining, so it keeps coming, easing off. But we'll see. Hopefully, I'll win again. No.
So I've now rigged up both my rods. I've got them just out in front of me, just waiting for Mark to set his up, and then we can start fishing. I'm just going to talk you through my rods and roughly whereabouts I want to put them. I've got one just to my left, that's rigged up with a maggot feeder, and I'm going to put it just to the edge of that, just underneath that weeping willow. I've already pre-baited some maggots down there, so hopefully maybe pick up a nice sized perch and a couple of carp, hopefully. And on my right rod, I've got that rigged up with a Ronnie rig, and I'll probably go with an essential cell pop up on that. And I'm going to probably go about 3 rod lengths down the bank and about 2 rod lengths out. I've already pre-baited some bait on that bit as well. Hopefully just get a bit of carp feed in. The weather's shocking again, but hopefully it won't hinder our day.
So rods are all in. I got a float literally 13 foot out up on the depth, and I've been pre-baiting, and my right hand rod, which is on the bottom, is just under the tree. Let's see if we can get anything. So folks, I'm into my first good fish. I did have a little perch a minute ago. I'm using quite a light rod, float rod. It's actually an all-rounder rod with a carp end. It's great fun. Put the camera down a little bit. It's carp. First on the scoreboard, a little mirror. Thought like stink, but I was on light tackle, so all good fun. Let's get it weighed and put back in. See how many points I've got. £6.31. Take 2 off for the sling. 4 points. £4. So there we go, folks. I'm on again on the float. So this is the second good fish on the float. It's really coming down now, the weather. And the kettle's just boiling as well. Everything's happening at once. See what happens in a bit. So 3 hours later. Oh, let's back that common. Nice common carp in the net. So I just thought I'd give you a quick update. So I've had 2 carp and a tiny little perch. So I'm on 8 points. Nathan's had a few beeps, but nothing has taken so far. It'd be nice if it stopped raining. I've moved my swim about 3 foot to the left, as I was having problems casting the float out, which I've just realised I haven't actually got out at the minute. I'm also finding there's quite a lot of debris in this swim, which may or may not help. So far it's hindered, and I keep bringing in twigs. But we'll see. Hopefully, I'm really hoping the rain does hold off at some point, because I'd quite like to make a cup of tea. But we'll see. Anyway, see what happens. So it happened. As you can see in the background, Nathan is on.
So I got my first carp. It was caught on a strawberry pop-up, which I showed you in the previous video that I soaked in our corded infuser. I put that onto a Ronnie rig because the pop-ups weren't working, and I put this bad boy in it.
It's bigger than mine. So Nathan just had his first carp. I saw from the pictures. £5.9, so he gets 5 points. Kind of annoying for him that it was 5.9 and not 6, because then he'd have 6 points, and he'd only be 2 points behind. But yeah, it was a good catch up. Just putting his rig out again. I think I'm going to go a bit more into the middle, because nothing's happening on my right hand side. Nothing's happening on the float, to be fair, but we'll see if we can change that. So Nathan's just called me over. He's got a fish on. He's got a fish on his maggot feeder, and it's dun 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 bream at minus 2 points.
19.
back over at Nathan's camp. A lot of disturbance, and it seems to be in. Is this the maggot feeder?
Yeah.
Just you free run it.
Yeah.
So Nathan's having a little sing to himself. He just had a 6-pounder. So he's now on 11 points. I'm sitting there on 8. Oh, you're not on 11, you're on 9. You're a bream.
No.
Hey, if I had caught one, you would have counted it. I've just had a few roach. Realised that I'm actually not fishing at depth. I was about a foot off the deck. So, let's see if I can get anything else. It's gone a bit quiet. The gent around the other side, the only other person on this lake, came over earlier. He's struggling as well. It's raining again. We had a brief 10-minute period where it stopped raining. But I realised I didn't bring enough water, so I can't have lunch. Never mind. Race continues. See who wins. So, just had a nightmare. I got the float rig stuck in the tree next to me. Broke the float, snapped the rig. I've just had to start again. But on the plus side, my right hand rod just zoomed off. Using something a little bit different, something we use in the summer on a hot day. I've got some Butcher's Choice dog biscuits, meaty dog biscuits. On a runny rig. Quite chuffed that that's gone off. Fish is fighting really hard actually. Nathan's getting a couple of beeps while this is happening, so we'll catch up with you in a bit. So Nathan's on again. What was the maggot feeder was basically a basic hair rig with 2 maggots on the end. So just a little update. I lost everything in the tree for my float rig, and I had one on a dog biscuit on the bottom. Nathan seems to be on. I've now changed my float rig to a maggot feeder, so that I know the fish are all on the bottom because that's where I was picking them up from with the float, and I'm just getting annoyed with the tree above me. So it was where I was getting the fish on was too far to underarm cast out, so I just thought maggot feeder would do it. We'll see if we get any results. Doesn't look like Nathan had anything on there, but we'll see. I'm not sure what the score is now. I think I'm just about winning, so I need to increase my lead a little bit. So it's about 2 o'clock I think now. It's gone very quiet. Nathan keeps getting some roach. To be fair, some quite good roach. I've had nothing. I've had a little roach on a float. Just nothing's happening. It's all gone quiet. I've tried different rigs. I've got fed up with the float again. So now I'm just doing a running line with a couple of maggots on the end. I wonder if he's taken the carp out of here. Who knows? Wow, biggest fish so far, £3.2. I reckon the nicest looking fish so far.
Yeah.
So, after a long dry spell with no fish, just got one. It's only £3. How big was it?
3.2.
£3.2, but it's 3 points. Bit of a strange rig I used. I'll just show you what I did. So I got really fed up with the float. So all I've got is a size 14 hook, and then a tiny little bead, and then a running lead. That's all. So if the line does snap, the lead can just come off. But yeah, that's it. We'll try and see if we can get anything else. So Nathan's number 5.
5.
I think number 5 is alive.
Stop.
Collaborate.
Number 5 actually just changed my bait over to corn, and I said to Mark, corn's not very productive today. And it's just as I said that, had a run. Lovely common. I reckon it's probably about 5. We'll weigh it and see.
Points mean prizes. So it's 20 to 4. I just had a run, but it came off. Nathan, however, is on to a carp, which he was so excited about, he fell out of his chair. And it was on the corn again, I think.
Yeah, it was.
On the corn again.
That's cool. Yeah, where it goes.
Well, I started filming, so.
So on to me second carp on the corn. Corn seems to be the way forward at the moment, so I'm going to stick with it.
Cool, have you got any corn?
I did have until I just tipped the whole tin out onto the floor and I was going to get this fish.
Alright. I got a tin of red corn, I'll try that.
So let's weigh it, put it back.
So we're back over in Nathan's swim again. I've just had a fish come off, as I've copied, and I've gone to corn. Nathan seems to be onto a good one. Just burped on camera. Yeah. You're on, Mr. DeVille.
So guys, actually another same method, but I used a mini strawberry boilie with, I actually put a corn on the hook because they were taking quite a bit off the corn, so I thought I'd add a bit of colour to the boilie. and this boy popped up. So probably one of my biggest of today. Let's get it weighed, put it back. Stop it now.
Kiss, the fish looks bloody petrified.
Yeah.
And as soon as the rig go in for Nathan, he gets another. Only a little one.
Teacher.
You're gonna weigh it?
That was on corn.
That was on corn as well.
£50.5.
Making some nice snorting noises.
Nothing markings. That was just on free flown lead and just on corn. The corn is working well.
I've just opened a tin of corn.
Mark's just opened his inner corn. I think every knack tactic that I've used, Mark's pretty much just copied me.
Well, yeah.
Whatever works, as long as we both catch. It's the main thing.
I just worked out I have to catch about 17 pounds worth of fish to catch up. So I've got some work to do.
But there is bigger fish in here. And Mark might have still a bit of time left. Might be able to catch up if he's lucky. Let's get this weighed and put it back.
Hey Nathan, what's going on?
I'm into a carp. It's only a little one. With some weird scales beside it.
So here's the offender. Here's the fish that stole Nathan's sweet corn. He put it safely on a hook in the water to keep it fresh. And this little thief just came over and took it. I say it's a good job you had a rod on the end of that line. Hey, do you remember when we used to catch big carp?
Yeah. Another fine, common from Vale Farm Fisheries. Thank you. I think it's probably only £3 ish.
So 3 points.
To 3 points. Well in the lead now.
Yeah.
Marks.
I can't even win by copying.
Nope. It's on corn again, just a couple of corn on the hook. Free flowing weight. You're on the air. Oh, no way. Mark was onto a good fish and lost it. On the corn again.
On the invitation corner.
So Mark is on the corn again.
Invitation corn.
Imitation corn. And looks like it's onto a decent carp. Not the 17 pounder he needs to catch me up. But
No. Although I think I lost that earlier.
it's now spring 2019 and Mark's still fighting his fish. There he is, still fighting it. He's playing this 2.5 pound carp really well.
You laugh, that's what it's going to be. This is what happens when you get greedy. You get two on at the same time.
And I get a phone call.
And a phone call. Right. So I just had a fish on. Just resting in the net as I had that. Nathan got one on. And as he was playing that, the other one went off. So I've grabbed that. And that one is in the net. So we're just going to net this one. And then I think this is our first ever triple hookup. I've got a rod out, so if that goes off, that's 100% catch rate. But we'll see what happens.
Hey, your other one's off.
So what a funny 10 minutes. Nathan managed to get two on at the same time. I've had one, I've just lost one. Yeah, your first mirror.
Yeah, first mirror. That was on corn and a miniature strawberry boilie. And common was on corn. That's on the flowing leg rig.
I had mine on imitation corn. Let's get them weighed and put back in. See if I can get that one I just lost.
Yeah. So what a great way to end the session. Mark had a run on his rod, and I was just filming it, him bringing it in, and one of my left rod went off with just corn on, with the flowing lead rig. That shot off, and just as I struck into that one, my other rod shot off, which had a miniature strawberry boilie with a corn on a Ronnie rig, and that shot off as well. So luckily Mark netted his. And while his was in the net, he came over and gave me a hand with mine, and this is the result.
Yeah, so great way to end the day at Vale Farm, right hand lake, as there's 3. We'll definitely be back again as the warmer it gets, the more productive it gets here. Although I did think we'd do better than we did today, but it was hard work.
Yeah, we had to work hard to get the fish in, but now we've got feeding just as we're going home.
But the rods are still out while we pack up, so who knows, we might get a bonus one. I don't know when we're going out next, but tight lines.
Tight lines.
So we just packed up most of it, and this one screamed off. Caught it for a while, had a twig stuck around the line for a bit. I think it's about 6 or 7, but we'll weigh in and see. But definitely need these points. What's the biggest so far today?
7.5.
7.5.
Is it really?
7.52.
Yeah. Hang on, I'm going to show you the...
So I didn't so much copy because I didn't have any yellow corn. So I put 2 imitation corn on. And got this lively little mirror. £3.38 pounds. Well worth the effort. So what a funny 10 minutes. Should we do that again?